Flint West presents Ledger or Life: Why Africa's Freedom Depends on Bearer Money. They say civilization runs on trust, but they never tell you whose trust. They never tell you who keeps the books, who writes the IOUs, and who decides when your balance is due. See, the story of Africa and the West isn't just about empire and exploitation. It's about dependency by design, a world where every act of exchange runs through someone else's pen, a world where value isn't what you hold, but what they record. Once upon a time, the village economy ran on memory. The butcher remembered who owed him meat, the farmer who borrowed grain, the blacksmith who promised to fix the plow next harvest. Then one day, the ledger keeper appeared, the man who said, "Don't worry, I'll keep score for everyone." And for a while it worked. Credit replaced trust, commerce expanded, the village became a town, the town became a market. But when that ledger keeper died or lied or sided with the powerful, the whole system burned. That's the seed of the chain of dependency, recorded obligation. You trade not with each other, but through a memory that isn't yours. Then came money, the original peer-to-peer technology, a bearer instrument, final, atomic, silent. You didn't need to trust the ledger keeper anymore. You trusted the coin itself. Gold didn't need a password, a server, or a treaty, just weight and will. It was value made tangible. That single invention freed humans from local tyranny and birthed global trade. But as the world scaled, something crept back in. The temptation of convenience. Paper backed by promises. Promises backed by politics. Politics backed by empire. The West called it progress. But it was really entropy disguised as efficiency, removing every buffer, every backup, every ounce of sovereignty in exchange for speed. Fast forward to now, Africa. 50-plus nations, 50-plus currencies, each shackled to an external ledger. The CFA franc kneels before Paris. The dollar dictates Abuja. The IMF writes the fine print on development. And if that global ledger hiccups, if SWIFT freezes, if the dollar sneezes, if sanctions flare, entire economies catch pneumonia. This isn't economics, it's dependency theater. A continent of producers paying rent to its record keepers. But here's the paradox. Africa doesn't lack value. It lacks finality. Without a trusted bearer asset, every trade leans on a foreign witness. That's why a gold-backed digital token or Bitcoin settlement layer isn't a fad, it's a lifeline. Not because it's trendy or high-tech, but because it restores the one thing that empire took away, the right to settle without permission, to trade without an observer, to store value without exposure, to transact without memory. And yes, building for resilience means accepting redundancy, friction, and discipline. It means households keep a small physical stash, communities keep multi-sig reserves, merchants keep gold on one shelf and BTC on another. It's messy, it's manual, it's human. But it's anti-fragile. Because when the internet flickers, or the satellites fall silent, or the Great Western Ledger stalls, Africa will keep moving. Through bearer assets, community mints, paper vouchers, and gold you can touch. That's the future. Resilience without record. Not isolation, optionality. A civilization that can stand alone when the grid collapses, yet plug back in when the world wakes up. They say you can measure freedom by how you settle your debts, because a free people never need permission to pay. So here's the choice, plain as day, ledger or life. One keeps your balance, the other keeps your dignity. And brother, in the long run, only one of them can be redeemed. Flint West signing off.